Holy smokes, we have so much to talk about.
I was like, no! Go back and touch the plate.
What was the thoughts of the team going into that Game 3, winner take all, winner goes to Women's College World Series? What does it feel like to achieve that dream of going to the Women's College World Series? What is your final message to the doubters and the haters on the NCAA committee? Welcome back to Softball Speakeasy, episode 17, presented by the Softball Sanctuary. Use code Speakeasy for 10% off all of their training programs and products at the softballsanctuary.com. Holy smokes, we have so much to talk about. But before we do that, if you're new here, maybe you're a new fan of Duke Softball, my name is Raine Wilson. I'm a former Duke Softball player turned analyst and broadcaster.
And my name is Kelly Torres, the current catcher on Duke Softball.
Softball Speakeasy is a podcast that will give you next level access to Duke's 2024 campaign. We'll be following storylines throughout the college softball season, and we'll aim to give you a behind the scenes look at what it takes to play softball at the Division I level. And yes, you heard that correctly. Kelly and I did not say that together. That's what we normally do. But there's a reason. Kelly, right now, is in Oklahoma City, baby.
Yes, ma'am. OKC.
Dude, oh my
crazy.
gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Literally, oh my gosh.
I know,
but since episode 1, Kelly, we talked about y'all going to Oklahoma City, right? But like a lot of things have to happen to get there. And the most recent thing that happened for y'all to get there is your super regional at Missouri. Wow. Take me through the emotions of getting to Columbia, Missouri, playing in that series, and then, of course, coming out to win. We'll dig into some moments, but just your overall thoughts on the Super Regional.
I mean, this Super Regional that we just played in, I mean, we've been to Super Regionals the past 3 years, but it just was different because we knew the caliber of team we were. We knew what we can accomplish. So it wasn't like we were going in the underdog, although we were ranked 10. We were going in knowing we should win this game. And so I felt like that pressure, maybe that feeling was different than ever before. Right. And also the atmosphere in Missouri. Oh my gosh. I have never played in a stadium like that before.
Yeah, shout out to the Tiger fans. And you know what's crazy, Kelly? I don't know if you saw this on X, but there was rankings of like super regional environments, and Missouri was like towards the bottom of like the best. I was like, okay, someone's not watching because that place looked rocking from like pitch 1 to the end. So you all won game 1. Yes. Pretty handedly. The bats were on fire. Pitching was solid. They had some moments. And then game 2, you took the L. Yes, and so then game 3, the pressure's on. What was the message to the team? What was the thoughts of the team going into that game 3, winner take all, winner goes to Women's College World Series?
Well, we've proven time and time again this season that although we can be down, although we might take 10 innings, we are going to continue to fight. And going into that game, we knew it was going to be a battle. We knew it wasn't going to be an easy win. Missouri was a good team, obviously, in their environment and their comfort of home. So it wasn't like we were going in thinking, oh, it's going to be like game 1, like kind of like a breeze. No, we knew it was going to be a battle. And my gosh, I mean, thank God we went 10 innings with Boston College and Clemson because we needed that for this past game. And Dianna Jennings. Dianna
Jennings. Who is that girl? Who is she? Oh my God. I mean,
if you asked me that question in the beginning of the season, I would have said a slapper. But you know what?
Me too.
2 home runs in the most crucial situations that we need a home run. She hits a home run.
Literally, what a dog. Like, and what's striking to me, so for folks who are just tuning in to Softball Speakeasy, Dianna Jennings, leadoff, got bounced around to the bottom of the lineup at parts of the year. Her story has been she's been getting called out of the box. One of the most elite slappers I've ever witnessed in my life, one of the best in the country, but getting called out of the box. Oh, so what does she do? And I'm curious if you know this. If she grew up hitting at all, but basically in the middle of her college career, where she was an All-American last year, she starts swinging. Yeah. And within a few games, she has 2 home runs and 2 of the clutchest moments that you all needed. So it was 0-0 going into the 9th inning. and you actually had, like, I think it was like first and third, less than 2 outs early in that game.
Yes, we
How
did.
do you keep the emotions in check? Like, how, like, when it's the 7th, when it's the 8th, and you all can't scratch across the run, how did you all keep the emotions in check before D hit that solo shot in the ninth?
It was putting your faith in Cassidy Curd, honestly, like, we knew
Mhm,
if
mhm,
Cassidy was gonna keep dealing that we still had life. So, a good part
mhm,
about Duke softball is the pitching staff we have, and they couldn't touch
mhm.
Cassidy. They couldn't touch her all dang weekend. So, it was just a matter of time until our bats came around, and Dianna Jennings did it. It broke it open.
So Dianna Jennings, we talked about her home run capabilities, but it was it was this close to being
Ay, ay,
not a
ay.
home run.
I
She
almost bursted a brain cell. I was like, "No! Go back and touch the plate." People are cheering, they're hitting me across the face, and I'm trying to run through all of them to get to D and tell her to get back to home plate and touch the damn plate. So funny. If we
dude,
have a clip, everyone should go rewatch the game at the end just to see that.
if anyone does have a clip, please send it to us, because so that was a very, like, high emotion time. Like, we literally, the alumni group chat was going insane. I was screaming. I'm in a hotel room at a work event. I was losing my mind. And then they were like, "Wait, she might not have touched home plate." And I was like, "Oh no. Oh no." I was like, "No." And then they were showing the replay of her celebrating. Oh my god, Kelly. I was like gonna cry, but I was also laughing so hard watching, like, something hits you in the face, like a water bottle. You're like, "No, get eyes, guys. D, touch home. Touch home." And then she went back and touched it, but it was, I mean, razor thin
It
that she, and what did she say afterwards? What was the what did she say?
Well, she got in the dugout and she's like, "Guys, guys, I touched home plate. I touched home plate. I touched," like, so sure that she touched
So
it, and I'm
sure.
like I was like, "D, I don't think you did." Like, but I
Wait, so did
mean,
you see it, or did you hear from coach? Like, I know Taylor may have seen it, that she might
no.
not have. Did you see that she didn't, or
I
no?
I was out, like, I was going out to celebrate, and I've done it before, I've had that
Right.
mistake done before, and so I saw that, and I was just trying everything in my willpower to get to her, to tell her to hit the home plate again. But on review, so what I think happened was her cleat was right before the plate, and it looked like there was just not enough evidence to overturn it, and I don't think it would have been an uproar if that was just taken away, so
It would have been. And that's, I think that's, like, I that you have to have that rule, right?
yeah,
Because if you don't touch home, right, and claim you could, however, on a play like a home run, I think that that rule could be amended, but also as an athlete, just touch home. Like, just be very, just touch home plate.
yeah,
Glad she did. Glad she did. But that was not the only run you scored in that inning. So the ninth
no,
inning, top of the ninth, D comes out, hits her second ever home run in the
mhm.
first, second in the postseason, second of her career. I mean, what? Take me through that moment. Like, when D hit that ball, and you all, like, all of your heads were like, I think Anna was like, "Oh my god, oh my god." Like, take me through that.
Ah, I mean, Dee's an incredible hitter, so we know she's gonna put the ball in play. And it was a change up left high, and she just
Mm-hmm.
turned. I mean, it was just like we're watching it. We're like, wait, go, go, go. And the second it went over, we all came out of the dugout. Like I was telling you before, I couldn't even get to her to tell her to hit home plate again because of how many people were just out. And I think that just let us relax because you're right. It wasn't the only run we scored. Comes Claire Davidson, comes Amina Vega, comes Anna Gold, like Frankie Freelick. I mean, everyone was
You as
just,
well.
yeah, hey, jam shots matter. That jam shot mattered because then coming back up on the bottom, they scored three. So without that extra fourth run, we would have still been playing. Who knows? Who knows if we would have been here?
Dude, let me ask you about that bottom of the ninth inning, because, like, early on in that
Oh,
inning, just as a viewer, you all looked like a little bit shaky, like a little nervous, like understandably so. And then they hit that 3-run bomb, like you mentioned, to make it 4-3.
Ugh.
And then, I mean, they had a like that last girl smacked that ball too. What was the emotion like when you see that ball go out and you know it's 4-3 and they still have bats coming up? What were you feeling?
I low key think I jinxed it. Not a jinx, but when the first 2 runners got on, it's first and second, we called a timeout, we go out into the infield, and I'm like, this was when Cass was still in. So this was, like, right
Mhm.
before the pitching change. I'm like, "Hey,
Oh, okay.
it doesn't matter. If all 3 of these runners score, we still are up by 1." I literally said that. I literally said that.
Also, shout out to her, freshman in that moment to like hit that. Like they were a solid team. They played together. They were really aggressive base runners too. That was
Yes.
like really impressive. But so then it's 4-3. And then I want you to take me through the last out because, like we just said, that girl hit the ball pretty hard. So you
Yeah.
see the pitch come in, you see the swing. Does your heart drop or do you know that D is there?
I know D is there. I really know anything if it's not low on the ground, I kinda
Yeah.
know D can pretty much grab anything, and if she can't reach it, it means that Claire or Amaya is catching it, you know? So
Yep.
when I see
Hmm.
that ball, I'm just like, "Holy crap. Holy crap, that's a hard hit ball." Like, "Come on, D, she's running and turning," catches it. I didn't know where to run. I didn't know I ran to D first, and I'm like, "Oh, crap, everyone's gonna go and tackle Cass," so then I kinda do a little circle round. I jump onto Cass, and everyone from the dugout's coming in, the outfield's coming in. It's just like, everyone you don't even feel any of the pain that everyone's on you because it's
Hmm.
just pure joy in that moment. I I I mean, I'm going to Oklahoma. Like, that is a dream every little girl has. Every player before me, every player after me, this is it. This is the end goal is to make it to Oklahoma. And I mean, I still kind of don't believe it. I know I'm here right now, but it's like, gosh, and looking up and seeing our one little blue section, there is like just one little blue section out of the whole black and yellow in that damn stadium cheer, and you can finally hear them because the whole game you weren't able to hear them. Now you can only hear the Duke parents cheering. It was
Hmm.
just it was pure joy. Pure joy.
It was special. It was special. And I just wanted to say, like, I don't know if you saw my tweet, but and you know this, like we've had a thing above the door
Yeah.
since day one, since the stadium was built. Coach Young asked Team One. She said, "Hey, what kind of things do you guys want up in the building?" And we said today for June. Never, never thought Team Seven would be in Oklahoma City. Knew it was a vision and a goal at some point. Duke would do it, but the fact that like you all broke through and like your name is in history books forever, dude. Like the picture of y'all in winning the Super Regional, go to Oklahoma City, will be in the stadium forever. Every single girl will remember your team, you know? And I'm so freaking happy for you guys. And you said it, like it's every little girl's dream to go to Oklahoma City, to go to Women's College World Series, and you have done it. And so if you can put it into words, what does it feel like to achieve that dream of going to the Women's College World Series?
Rain, it's difficult. Like, it's I still kinda don't believe it. I mean, we haven't played yet. We
Right.
haven't been there, and, we're still in the hotel, and, like, tomorrow we have so this is filmed on Tuesday. So tomorrow's Wednesday, May 29th. We have our ESPN photo shoot. We have the interviews. Like, we're gonna go play and practice on the stadium. So, I think tomorrow it's really gonna hit me, but it's just like, this was it. This was my dream. You know, I've practiced and played since I was 8 years old, and in my final year, like, my final year, we finally do it. I can't I feel like, like, I'm lost. I'm lost for words because it just is unbelievable that we did
Mhm.
it, especially in
You did
7
it.
years of a program being here, and, mm,
It's wild.
it's
Dude, it's
wild.
wild. It's
I
wild.
I think it's because 'cause I'm in the midst of it. Like, like,
Yeah, for
in
sure.
in a couple of months looking back, I'll just be like, "Holy sh "Did I do that? Was I there?" Even Oklahoma City itself is just like the hotels all have stickers on it, like, even the other hotels that people are at have, like, Women's College World Series. There's billboards on the highway, "Exit now, Women's College World Series." Like, it's there's supposed to be, like, 15,000 people. Our Thursday game is sold out. Sold
Yep.
out, Rain. 15,000 people are gonna be looking at me, and I'm just a 5'4" girl standing in the box, like, "What? What?" Like, I
Crazy.
it's lost for words.
Another piece of that, first of all, I'll see you there. Okay. And it's not just not to freak you out, but the 15,000 people there plus probably 500,000 watching on TV at least. But there's going to be nerves, right? And we've talked about it though. Oh, going to Oklahoma City was certainly a goal. But
Mhm.
that is not where the goal ends, right?
No.
You've said it since day one. Like, Kelly, you have believed it when I have not believed it at times. Other fans have not believed it at times. The dark times, you lose to Campbell. That's a dark time. You lose the series to UVA. That's a dark time. There's plenty of dark moments in the fall on a Tuesday morning when you have to get up and go get after it. And every single moment, you have believed that a national championship is the goal. So
Mhm.
what does it feel like to open your season against Oklahoma, to lose 3-0 to that team, but to now begin the Women's College World Series against the three-time defending champions in Oklahoma?
Well, we know Oklahoma's beatable. We've seen it. Texas, Oklahoma State. It's not the same vibe this year. It's anyone's game. We've said that from day one as well. And to start with Oklahoma, I mean, we're going to get the loudest fans. We are going to, it's basically a home game for them. I mean, their field's 20 minutes away from here. So
Mhm.
we are opening up with the strongest atmosphere. And coming from Mizzou, I mean, that was perfect practice for right now. We are starting off hot. And that's just going to make the rest of the tournament feel easier, maybe feel a little bit more, not like we're playing in front of 15,000 people. I think it's the best game to start with. I mean, why
Yeah,
not start with the best, beat them, and then go throughout the whole damn tournament?
right. Yeah, absolutely. It's a great test, a great atmosphere, and just to jump back just a teeny bit, are you journaling right now? Like, what's happening?
No, I should be. I should
Right,
be.
like, Kelly, do it right now. Do it as soon as this podcast ends. You gotta journal, like,
Yeah.
because when you tell your kids about this, when you come back to talk to the Duke softball team in 20 years, like, you're in it right now, and I'm not far removed, but man, if I could go back and journal the process, and we never made it to the World Series. Like, I never made it to a super regional. I don't even know what that's like. But for you to go back and show your kids that, show the players you talk to, if you end up coaching, like, that'll be huge. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, exciting, amazing thing that I'm so happy that you and your teammates get to experience. I've the last time I went was I was 12 years old playing in that tournament and playing on that field for that tournament. And now I'm going to go back as a fan and alum. Like, what in the world? But I do want to ask. I want to dig into the field
Yeah.
of the Women's College World Series, the 8 teams. So obviously UCLA is in. They crushed it throughout their super regional. Oklahoma, we've talked about. Texas. Did you get a chance to watch that super
Oh
regional?
my gosh. Texas A&M was not a 16 seed. They were not
Mm-mm.
a 16 seed. They played their hearts out. Uh, I mean, they just put Texas as Texas A&M for the drama, in my opinion, because
Mm-hmm.
that team I felt like deserved to have a spot in this top
Yeah.
8.
They what I loved watching that team was they played together. Like, they played together the whole time, and although Texas's talent came through, it just felt like Texas A&M, like, that was their series, just the way they
Mhm.
played. But Texas is very, very good,
Oh,
like,
yes.
star-studded. And Stanford made it through after losing to
A run
LSU in
rule.
game 1.
A
Yes,
run rule.
Off Nyjah. So that's insane, right?
She just won the player of the year, national player of the year, so
Yep,
earned. I mean, it was
earned.
unheard of to score that many runs off her in a game, let alone a couple innings.
And another team that was pretty crazy surprising. Shout out Gray Robertson. The Alabama Crimson Tide are going
Wow.
back to Oklahoma City. And we talked about it on the live show. For folks who haven't watched, that's on YouTube. That's not on our pod, like Spotify or Apple Podcasts or anything like that. It's only on YouTube. But we talked about it on our live show. Gray chimed in and he mentioned something that, like, I think this would be the 9th, 10th, and 11th time they've played each other in the last 2 years. And you and I were talking, we're like, then it's anyone's game. When you get that close to a team and you've played a team so much, all the cards are on the table, and they were so fun to watch. And watching them win, although they're like a blue blood,
Mhm.
they their fans were ruthless all year long on them. And even still, like, you can check Twitter comments, still like not counting them out. Here's the thing. Patrick Murphy is good at his job. He showed up. They're showing up to Oklahoma City. Shout out to Gray Robertson about that or with that. But let's quickly run through the matchups. So Alabama will play UCLA. The winner of that game will take on the winner of Duke versus Oklahoma. And then on the other side of the bracket, it's Texas versus Stanford. That's going to be a crazy game. And then it's Oklahoma State versus Florida. Florida, we didn't mention yet, and Oklahoma State both crushed it in their super regionals. So I think it's a great field. I think it's a super competitive field. What is your perspective on the field of 8 teams at the Women's College World Series?
Anyone's game. Anyone's game. I felt like this super regional really showed the fight that certain teams can have. I mean, like you said, Alabama, Stanford, the fight that these teams will go through, it's really anyone's game this year. And it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter what conference you're in, SEC, PAC, ACC, like, let's go. It's just
Mm-hmm.
softball. At the end of the day, 60 feet, 4 bases, a bat and a ball. Like, who can play fundamentally sound softball, high performing, bats, arms, whatever it is for 7 innings?
And Kelly, how do you and the team manage those emotions? Because this will be the very first time you're playing
Mhm.
in Oklahoma City in the Women's College World Series. How do you manage those emotions going into this week?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be no surprise that we are going to have nerves. I told
Right.
this to Cass the other day, or honestly, I mentioned it her freshman year, but we still bring it up every single time. That excitement and being nervous is like the same feeling in your body. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Like in your mind, chemically, like what's being produced, it's the same, but it's your thoughts that put the emotion behind the feeling. So
Mm-hmm.
instead of thinking, oh, you have all these butterflies, like create a little garden, let the butterflies fly in the little garden, like let those nervous feelings like work in your advantage. Like that's excitement. You're
Mm-hmm.
nervous because you care. If you weren't nervous, I'd
Mm-hmm.
be like really, really worried about you. And like it'd be really weird and I'd be stranged out. Like, why do you not have nerves right now?
Right.
So everyone's going to have it. Who can use it to the best of their abilities and put it on a positive note on the positive side?
Mm-hmm. And from that, balancing those nerves and just getting into the X's and O's. So if you're listening to this right now, it's either Wednesday night or Thursday morning. We apologize. We schedules don't align. It's like 9 p.m. on or 10 p.m. for Kelly on a Tuesday night, so we won't get it edited. All that to say is if you're watching this right now on Thursday morning, Kelly's gonna play in a few hours. What are the X's and O's that, hey, if we do this, this, and this against Oklahoma, we're going to have success? Do you have those? Or is it, hey, let's just fall back on what we know and play our game?
Yeah. I mean, on a hitting standpoint, attack early and swing at strikes. Don't allow yourself to take yourself out of the at bat by swinging out of the zone. A good pitch is
Mm-hmm.
coming and just sit on it at the end of the
Yeah.
day. Just attack early because those are the pitches that you want to hit. On the pitching side, it's throw your damn best stuff. We have a great 1-2 with Lily coming in and then Sophie and Danny back there. So it's like, I don't want to say hold them off because that just sounds like we're ready for them to come at any moment. No, like
Right.
believe in your stuff because I
Mm-hmm.
feel like
Mm-hmm.
when we allow Oklahoma, when they get walked, they're like, yeah, they do all that stuff. No offense if you're watching this, don't play this in the locker room before a game, Oklahoma. But but I mean, we can't let the way that they play get in our head or even change the way we play. Believe
100%.
in our stuff and just go at them like any other team.
Yeah, no, I think that's such a great point, is when they start doing what they've always done. They do that in any game. You can't match that energy just to match that energy. For someone like D, that's her level all the time, right? For you, that's your level too. You get hype, you hype up the dugout, but that's such a great just like thing to like pull from and realize ahead of time that you don't want to do anything out of what you all have done to get to this point. And Softball Speakeasy family, I want to wrap up with one question I have for Kelly. No listener questions this week. We just wanted to talk Women's College World Series in Oklahoma City. We'll actually do an episode from Oklahoma City. Hopefully, we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out later. But so Kelly, 10 seed going into the tournament, but you end up in the top 8. What is your final message to the doubters and the haters on the NCAA committee?
I mean, they're still hating. They are still hating. But Duke's not done. Duke is not done yet. And we've shown that, and we will continue to show it.
Well, like the manifestation you sent to me back like a few months ago, it is done. It's all written.
Done.
It is done. It's in escrow. And so I'm so excited to watch you. And for folks who are going to be in Oklahoma City, DM us on Instagram. We'll see you. Look for the alums in the stands. Shout out to Todd Mezabob and Duke for getting the alums tickets, because they're like $400 in the grants. The tickets behind your dugout were $485 per person last time I checked. So shout out to Duke for that. So we will see all our fans, if you will, the Duke softball fans and Softball Speakeasy fans in Oklahoma City. Kelly, good luck, dude. I will see you on Thursday, which will be either early tomorrow or later today, depending on when this comes out. And I just wanted to say good luck, have fun, and it is done.
It is done. It's already written.
It's already written. Well, thank you all so much for watching, listening, viewing, and subscribing. If you're feeling kind, please rate us 5 stars wherever you get your podcast. Leave us a kind review. If you have time, it means the absolute world to us. Like this video, subscribe, do all the things if you can. It really, really means the world. And we only have one more episode left this season, so we're going to keep saying this, but just wanted to thank all of you for tuning in all season long, even when it's weird hotel rooms that we're doing the podcast from. It means a lot to us. Kelly, good luck. And next week, I guess it'll be before your national champions, but we'll be talking sometime next week. So take it easy, everybody. See you in OKC. Love you.
Love you guys. Peace.